A big story we're all waking up to this morning, a victory for India in the standoff with Italy over the fate of the two Italian Marines accused of killing the two Kerala fishermen.
The Italian government has said that the Marines will be sent back to India. Italian authorities say that the decision was taken after they requested and received a written assurance from the Indian government regarding the treatment and protection of the Marines' fundamental rights. Italy's decision to not send the Marines back had sparked a diplomatic row earlier this month. India had warned Italy of dire consequences if the Marines were not returned, and the tough stand seems to have forced the Italian government to reverse its position.
An official statement that came in from Rome said, and I quote, "The Italian government requested and received a written assurance from the Indian authorities regarding the treatment of the Marines and the protection of their fundamental rights," unquote.
And Minister of State for Home welcomed Italy's decision. RPN Singh tweeted, and I quote him now, "India's tough stand as articulated by the Prime Minister and Sonia Gandhi has worked. Italy sending back its two Marines to face trial in India."
The two Marines are being sent back in a reversal that seems to have been prompted by pressure from the outside and a growing realization within Italy of the cost of not sending them back. The pressure from outside seems to have come primarily from the European Union, which has been trying to prevail upon the Italian government to do the right and proper thing. It has also criticized the Indian decision to restrain the movements of the Italian ambassador, but has simultaneously been speaking to Italy about the need to send those Marines back, according to several indications emerging over the past few days. At the same time, Italy has realized that it may have to pay a very heavy price for keeping the Marines there by way of lost contracts, lost opportunities in India, as a result of action that the Indian government seems very seriously to have said it would take. Conceivably, those two Marines might have become the two most expensive Italians for the government there to maintain. In the end, the Italian government decision is good for both countries.
All right, let's cross live to CNN IBN's chief diplomatic correspondent Parul joining us from outside Mr. Salman Khurshid's residence. The External Affairs Minister Parul's been tracking this story since it happened, since the Marines also left. Parul, both countries were adamant on their stand. What happened? Why the sudden U-turn? Of course, being welcomed by India, but what made the difference?
It's been a crazy 10 days, hasn't it, Arunodaya? We're looking at a legal standoff and a diplomatic standoff. Now we know that the Italian Marines are on their way back. Here's what we expect through the day today. They're expected to land in Delhi. The Italian ambassador will formally communicate that they're here to their lawyers. The lawyers then are expected to make a submission, a formal submission to the Supreme Court, informing the Supreme Court essentially that the Marines are back within the deadline given by the Supreme Court itself. That deadline was for 22nd March. That was when their sanctioned leave would have ended. So the Italians have made sure that the Marines are back by 22nd March, and that is the important thing. What we are learning from our government sources is that an agreement was reached between both governments in the last 24 hours. So it has really gone down to the wire. We're being told that there was no external mediation, that both governments had been in touch with each other and an agreement was reached. The Italians are indicating that they've got some sort of written assurance from the Indian government that the Marines' fundamental rights will be protected. That's neither here nor there. The fundamental question before both governments is about the trial. The question remains, when the Marines return, will they now stand trial? And there it's an open question. What we might see is the Indian government now move very speedily to set up that special court as directed by the Supreme Court, and thereafter you might see the Italians take the question of jurisdiction to that special court. Now it's possible that the special court might give the Italians some relief on that front, and if they do get relief, then you might not see the Marines actually stand trial in this country. There might be international, they might both go to an international tribunal. At this moment, this is only speculation, but I'm just outlining the potential scenarios. One, the Italian Marines come back and then down the line face a trial in this country, or the Italian Marines come back, the Italians sort of submit to the Supreme Court that they have abided by the Supreme Court's direction, and then the matter is further contested in that special court.
All right, but India stand vindicated amidst all these developments. Thanks very much, Parul, for explaining all of that to us. That's the big news that we are getting this morning. But there is a view that perhaps it was Sonia Gandhi's words that also helped turn this in India's favor. This view is coming in from Italian media reports, and one of the journalists from there, Luca Sofri, said that it was the Congress president and UPA chairperson who would use strong words against the breaking of the promise made by Italy that perhaps had something to do with this as well.
and the Italian government had assurances that the two Italian Marines will be treated fair and will be in the rights, and the rights would be respected. So the Italian government decided to stand by his promise to send them back. And the two Marines agreed with this decision. The resistance in sending them in India was that Italian government and the Italian people are worried that that the people's opinion and the media opinion in India is very strong against the two Marines, and so it's risky for them to be judged in India. The Italian media covered very much and talked very much about the thing that Sonia Gandhi, who's Italian and from Italian origin, says strong words about breaking of the promise from Italy.